New episode. Here we go, let's do this. Come to think of it, Hideaki, how did you know my name? Akira told me, being a Yamako student, I suppose you're disabled in some way? Not everyone in Yamako is disabled. Which I learned only a handful of days ago. I give silent thanks to Shizune and Misha for the stream of information about how the school works. Because of them, I found out that since the school would accept practically anybody suffering from non-mental disabilities, it doesn't discriminate against healthy people either. Seems unlikely that many in good health would enroll there though. While the standard of education is pretty high, it's extremely isolated and very much focused on helping disabled students. You're dodging the question. Dang, he's sharp. Before I can say another word, he decides to take a stab at it himself. If I were to call it myself... your heart. Akira looks mildly curiously at me, her interest piqued as well. That sure was a lucky guess. How did you... You show no missing limbs or deformities, so external disabilities are out. Considering the lack of any strange mannerisms, it's also unlikely that you'd have any mental disability. But Yamaku doesn't take mentally disabled students. I know. Leaving that aside, the only possibility left is that of internal disabilities. I don't know which one you might bear, so I guessed correctly as it turns out, and your reaction confirmed my guess. Dang, oh wow, okay. More than a little bemused, I looked to Akira. She grinned and shrugged, obviously taking some enjoyment out of her partner's deduction. He's sharp, yes, but more than a little unsympathetic. Logical, but lacking in tact. His attitude reminds me of Shizune in a way as do his looks. May I ask why you're staring at me? Surely I'm not that unusual a specimen. Does he know how unusual he looks? He would overlook the spat in clothing as just being coincidental, but the ribbon in his hair is too much too. It's too much. This is entirely beside the point though. Sorry, you just remind me of someone. Akira gives him a sharp jab with her elbow. Told you you're not that much different from her. He cautioned his hand to try and maintain an upright and serious demeanor. I see you've met my sister then. Perhaps my phone name might help you. I am Hideaki Hakamichi. You'll probably figure my sister, Shizune Hakamichi. Oh, so he is Shizune's brother. Wait, I keep forgetting he's the brother. Wait a minute, if Hideaki is the son of Akira's uncle and Shizune is his sister, then that means Lilly and Shizune's fathers are brothers-in-law, therefore, Lilly and Shizune are first cousins? Lilly groans in an uncharacteristically unrestrained manner. The reaction earns an amused smirk from her sister. The anonymity between the two just took on another meaning. I had thought it simply a matter of difficulty of communication between the two, but Family Feud makes things much more complicated. You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. She gives a half-hearted shrug. She mustn't give as much weight to the two's conflict as I do. Well, that's how it is. What are you two up to anyway on this fine day? We're shopping for Hanako's birthday present. The day will be coming up soon, so this is the last chance we'll have before school starts again for the week. Akira makes a strange face, as if Lily just said that the sky wasn't blue and the clouds not white. Isn't her birthday on the 10th next month? Yes? Why? Is something wrong? Akira's face seems to collapse. It's an utterly unbefitting expression for someone so rowdy and headstrong. The folks didn't call you yet? As Lily shakes her head cluelessly, I look at Hideaki to see if he knows anything about this. The simple shrug is his only answer. For a moment, Akira ponders what to do before smiling once again. The fact that she can hide her emotions so quickly and effectively is unsettling. Hey shorty, sorry, but could you hang with yourself for a while? He nods and waves her off. Akira placing an arm on Lily's shoulders as she guides her away and out of earshot. And so I'm alone with Shorty. So, nice weather, isn't it? It seems so. Guess he dumped us. Indeed. What a farcical attempt at small talk. I've got no idea of how to talk to this guy, and his robotic responses aren't helping. Blood and stone come to mind. Without another word, he begins to walk on his feet in an obvious gesture of boredom with this discussion. He really is a little kid, despite his serious demeanor. Suspecting the conversation over, I tried to accomplish what I came here to do in the first place. I'm going to search for a present. Coming? Not much else to do. In a little while, we come to a small shop beside a convenience store. For once, the store windows aren't full of electronics and computer games, but dolls, stuffed bears, and all manners of wood-crafted oddities. Off fellows antiques? An antique store? Well, if there's anything in this town that's Hanako, I guess it'd be here. I reach for the old-looking door handle, but pull back at the last minute as I realize my companion's gone adrift. Not coming in? I've just been in the newsstand for a while. Don't mind me. His voice makes it painfully clear he has he has zero interest in what's in the store, and that he doesn't feel obligated to follow me. As he wanders off without another word, I push the thick wooden door and enter the store, a bell above me ringing out. The musty smell of old books and wooden shelves is distinctly anachronistic. I look to the counter beside the door. The graying man behind it sits there silently reading a tattered book. He certainly fits the look of the place. Slowly wandering through the aisles, the person I'm reminded of as I inspect each handcrafted or imported oddity in turn isn't Hanako. Crouching down, I am examining the ancient oak desk inside the shop window. At least 30 dolls, all varying widely in size and make. The only similarity between them is the long Victorian dresses they wear. I turn to the price tag of one that looks to be about waist height. It's not in my price bracket at all. I do the same to each of them, getting more and more depressed as they get smaller and smaller in size. That is until I reach the smallest one. It's affordable, just yet of quality make and with long auburn hair and little blue dress. Guess it's the kind of present Hanako would appreciate, pretty looking and far from gaudy. After I carefully pick it up, I decide to keep looking around the store. I'm not sure whether it's like atmosphere or out of simple curiosity. Peeking around the corner before I go to the next aisle, I see that the shelves in this one are stocked with wooden toys, from toy cars to intricate automatons. I don't know what that word is. Tucked behind a line of nutcrackers, I notice a little plain wooden box. It feels surprisingly light as I pick it up with my free hand. I like the Nutcracker song. Pretty good. The lid only needs the smallest movement to pop open. The little metal drum inside beginning to rotate immediately. Oh, it's actually a legit song. Sarah band from BWV 1010. For seconds on end, I simply stand there listening to the palm side's melody. As it plays, I take the tiny price tag in my fingers and bring it to my face. The minuscule cursive writing takes some effort to read. It's affordable, sort of. Grimacing slightly, I close the lid and make my way to the counter with doll and music box in hand. When I lay the two on a counter, the man behind it sits up and takes stock of them. He doesn't hide very well his surprise at someone of my age buying them. It's painful, but I hand over the money for the two and leave the store with a small opaque bag in hand. Hideaki being there takes me by surprise. Oh, hi. I thought you'd be at the newsstand. Akira gave me a call. She's waiting for us at the fountain with Lilly. At least that solves the issue of trying to find them again. We head off back to the fountain. Hideaki's immaculate posture and presentation, despite his appearance, makes for a strange contrast even as we walk. Lilly and Akira are there waiting for us, their faces hard to read. Hey, you ready to go, shorty? Hideaki's mood seems to improve as he rejoins her. See ya, Lilly, Hisao. Tell Hanako I said happy birthday. We will. Bye. Goodbye, Akira. And with that, the two disappear into the faces, facades, I don't know, of the afternoon city crowd. Turning to Lilly, I notice she's carrying a small bag. It's now that I realize why her disposition felt different from before. While Lilly is typically the type to wear her emotions on her sleeve, her expression and tone are clouded and difficult to read. It's more than a little off-putting, but given the effort she's making to hide her emotions, I doubt she wants to be concerned on why she's feeling this way. Already bought Hanako a present? Yes, have you? Yeah. Shall we head back to the bus stop then? Okay, there should be a bus back to Yamako pretty soon. And with that, we begin to walk. Feels strange compared to before. Lilly's hand on my forearm feels unusually tense, and the whole atmosphere is extraordinarily awkward. The silence continues for a long while. I really don't like seeing her like this. Hanako's birthday party's going to have to be held earlier. Is the 4th going to be alright for you? I have no other possible obligations anyway, so I reflexively nod. Only afterwards I remember that doing so is pointless and quickly answer. So by speech. She tries to collect herself, a task that looks almost pitiable in how plain it is to see how distant her thoughts are. Oh god. Sorry, Hisao, you said the bus would be coming soon, right? That's right. But now that she says that, I have an idea. Actually, do you have anything to do later today? I don't believe so. Why do you ask? This is the point where I'd normally take your hand and rush you somewhere, but even without that, you'll have to trust me, okay? I take her hand and gently lead her on a distant face, replaced by one of mild surprise and curiosity. I'm gonna save right here. Just in case. Wait, as the waitress sets a cup of tea and cup of coffee that I ordered onto the table, I thank her before she takes her leave. Hey, remember this place from Hanako's route? Anyway. Having managed to recover a little, Lily tentatively sips at her cup as I take a long gulp of the coffee in front of me. As I hoped, her face lights up as she realizes what flavor it is. Ah, this is wonderful. Hisao, how did you know that this was... I'd asked for French vanilla black tea, hedging my bet that would be her favorite flavor, or at least one she liked. While I don't really know much about tea, it sounded like one she might appreciate. On the basis of her liking vanilla ice cream, a tea connoisseur I am definitely not. It was a lucky guess. You really like tea, don't you? She puts the teacup down and gives a tiny nod. That familiar small smile thankfully perched on her face once again. Drinking tea is calming, I think. If the amount you drink and... Are you sure you're not addicted to it? Caffeine addictions? Alright, I'm back. With the... Did I ever say I wasn't? She let out a giggle as my head dropped. We all have our vices, I suppose. And there are worse things to be addicted to. French vanilla black tea, huh? I'll have to remember that. For a while we both silently drank. It's comforting to have someone like her nearby in such new surroundings, even if it's just the two of us sitting in silence. I begin to wonder if this feeling is the same for her until she sets down her cup. So, do you mind if I ask you a slightly odd question? That depends on the question, I guess. I was wondering what your favorite color is. Everyone has one after all. I almost replied before realizing why the seemingly mundane question is actually quite strange. My favorite color, but... She gives a pouting look, wanting me to answer anyway. While the answer seems unavoidably wasted on her, there isn't any harm in giving it. Rose had a thing for green. I say that's my favorite. Green, is it? What do you think of when contemplating that color? I suppose grass fields and trees in summer. The army as well with camouflage. Men always seem to like the military. That is true, but that sounds like a nice color. A very nice color. My favorite color is blue. Boy. Blue eyes. Anyway, yeah, my favorite color is blue. She nods her head a little as if approving of the choice. Considering how foreign the concept of color is to her mind, labeling it by association seems reasonable enough. If everyone has a favorite color, then what's yours? White. I'm told that the color of snow and of ice cream. You're no better than me then. If you only like that color because of your favorite food, I guess white is nice too though. And speaking of colors, it'll be getting dark soon. Let me help you up. Lily offers his hand, in which I take in mine to help lever her up from her seat at the table. Its softness compared to mine takes me off guard, as I'm really not used to such casual contact. It doesn't seem to bother her at all though. While it seems obvious why, it feels like just one more ladylike aspect to her. As her hand moves to her pocket, I quickly cut her off. Don't worry, I'll pay for this. Oh, thank you, Hisao. She gives an earnest smile at the gesture, a reward much greater than that of her words. Thought we ran out of money. By the time we step off the bus, it's well and truly dark. We make our way up the hill in silence, both of us behaving a little awkwardly, probably because of the day's events. While I'm still concerned over Lily's withdrawn nature after meeting with her sister, the fact I managed to cheer her up even slightly feels like a personal victory. But it feels like the air between us has changed. Maybe it's only a bit, but it's something I don't think either of us realized before. That was a date, wasn't it? It was. That doesn't elude either of us, the question being so self-evident as to be rhetorical. Awkward as it may be, I don't think this feeling is bad. In fact, quite the opposite. I don't know what it is, I certainly can't be sure, but it feels like something a little more than friendship. Understanding? Sympathy? I was searching for words to adequately describe it as difficult nonetheless. Would you like to do this again sometime, Lily, without shopping for presents? The tentative question is met with the same look from Lily as before. Her pale skin makes the rosy tint of her cheeks just slightly more noticeable, and her face, although still pointing at the street ahead of hers, lowers just a little. Okay. Hey! Boy! We're finally getting somewhere. I'm getting tired of reading the boring old scenes. With waifu number 1 and night number 2. Lily is waifu number 2. Hanako is waifu number 1. Also, my hand is going numb. Oh no. I walk down the hall of the girls' dormitories, my school bag in hand. A doll lies inside, carefully placed on top of a small box. I've been carrying the box in there for a while now, still not sure what to do with it. This whole situation, come to think of it, is bizarre. While I've known of Hanuko's upcoming birthday party for a while now, I had no idea of exactly what the celebration would be until I found a single note left in the abandoned tea room earlier today. I hold it up and read it again, double-checking the instructions. The plain black handwriting fairly legible, despite Lilly's blindness, clearly thanks to considerable effort and care. Hey Sal, we'll be holding a party at my place. Please come at 6 o'clock to room 225 in the girls' dormitory. Sorry for notifying you this way, but I have class representative duties. Lilly, Satal. Not reassured, I continue walking down the hallway until I reach Lilly's dormitory room. I hesitate for a second, but eventually give 3 sharp taps on the door. A brief and muffled exchange of words can be heard from the other side. Hello from the other... I'm just kidding. Listening closer, I just pick out Hanuko's and Lilly's voices. As they finish out, Lilly calls out. Might that be Hisao? Yup, I got the note you left for me. You can come in, the door is unlocked. Glad that I managed to get the right room, I press down on the handle and let myself in. As the door swings open, my greeting to them is stolen from my mouth. Well, I haven't seen this in a long time. Ah, man. Lilly sits at a low table in the center of the room in her pajamas, while on the other side sits Hanuko in a nightgown. Being dressed in only my normal school clothes, I feel quite out of place. I stole a quick glance at the lovely sight of the two, my eyes tearing themselves from Lilly's long, thin, and pale legs with only a measure of reluctance. Hisao! Anyway. Hi, I think I brought everything that was needed? Oh no. She smiles and nods. I wonder if she's even aware of the pleasant sight she makes. The thin, dark blue silk of her pajama really suits her, accentuating both her eyes and her curves. God dang it. The look of her last night, that tentative, almost shy demeanor, seems all but replaced by her coy nature. It's nice to see her confidence returned, though I can't help casting my mind back to how she looked back then. I looked at Hanuko, who nervously sits opposite her in her gown. It isn't a surprise that she'd wear something so conservative, though it definitely looks cute. Hi Hanuko, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. If I remember, her birthday is June 10th, I don't remember. She's unusually skittish, despite the fact that she's warmed up to me considerably over the weeks we've come to know each other. This is a pretty unusual situation, I guess. If I remember, Rin's birthday is on March... Her birthday is on March 13th. Dang. Anyway, feel free to take a seat, Hisao. I'll pour you two some tea. Sure thing. Lilly takes the steaming red teapot from the side of the table and gently pours its contents into our teacups as I take a seat beside them, setting my bag against the nearby wall. With my senses returned and hormones somewhat calmer, I realize that this is the first time I've ever been in Lilly's room. The first thing I notice is the ambient smell, just slightly different from that in mine. Probably faint perfume or nail polish. It could be anything of a girl's, really. Another is the plain nature of the room. Visually, beige walls, a smart yet unadorned cabinet, the lack of posters or wall hangings. It's distinctly utilitarian. Something I should have anticipated given her blindness. The only thing that really seems out of the ordinary is several piles of books sitting on the floor, each of them roughly knee height to waist height. Some of them have printed titles, others are entirely blank except for dots of braille. The fact that the ones with printed titles are uniformly in English is interesting, though not completely unexpected. She did mention her parents impressing the language upon her and Akira, after all. Your room looks nice, Lilly. I hear a call, thanks from beside my shoulder, looking back to Hanuko, her gaze is fixed on her lap and her hands are nervously clutching her gown. Now that I notice why. With Tiki's clothes on, the extent of her scarring is far more visible, reaching down her neck and out to cover her right shoulder. Considering this is a party for her, it doesn't really look like she's enjoying the experience now that I'm here. So how old are you turning? 18? Her look of surprise, not at all helped by her total lack of skill at hiding her feelings, shows that she was trying to mentally tune me out. This is really quite awkward. Yes. On the plus side, there's only 2 more years till you can drink, so who's older, you or Lilly? Lilly, she had her birthday in February. What about yours? I'm gonna end this episode here. Bye.